Hold on, do it again. Sure it's not a tater up?
So we loved it so much last time that we went back to Branson.
And this time we spent most of the time at Silver Dollar City.
Oh,
but
yeah.
we did have a little bit of time to check out the landing and Bigfoot on the Strip.
Elliot's #1 request was to go to Bigfoot on the Strip, so we had to go. He had a blast going through the maze again like he did last time, and he even made a little friend, and they were just running around together.
So when we went down to the landing, we got to see the little fountain / fire show they have, and somehow we forgot how hot fire was.
He's like, I told you. Also, while we were down there, we visited a store that we saw last time that we wanted to go to called Makerz. It's a super fun shop where you get to make your own custom RC car. They kind of say it's like Build-A-Bear for remote control cars. It was really fun because you got to customize all the different parts, like the tires and the rims, and there's some accessories, and they also let you like put it together like a race car with one of those little bzz, bzz, you know, like they do with NASCAR. Yeah. So he had a blast doing that.
So we went to Silver Dollar City for 3 days. It was during Moonlight Madness.
Every single night during Moonlight Madness, they set off a ton of fireworks and had a really awesome show. And the other cool part was that all around all the buildings, they had like little twinkle lights.
Yeah, they had like lights shining on the trees, and it looked really cool at night. It was kind of a different way to experience the park.
Yeah, one time we even got to we were on the train, and as we were coming back to the station, like all the fireworks started, so it was really cool. We got to see those from the train, which not everybody gets to do.
Yeah, we rode a lot of rides while we were there. We didn't ride a ton of like the bigger, scarier ones. I rode American Plunge, which is like their version of a log flume, and it has a really big drop on it.
Really big. Yeah, there's like an area where like the water splashes, and all the kids were kind of like waiting around there, and one of the kids was like, oh, you won't get really wet if you like duck down over here. And I was like, okay, and he got soaked. And then like the rest of the time while we were waiting for him, he was like trying to convince other kids to do it the same thing that he got tricked with. The other ride that we rode separately, but we both rode, was the Thunderation. And that was super fun. I really liked it. And so you kind of go around this like big loop, and there's some drops. And at the very end, you go up this super big hill, but I didn't know what was gonna happen at the end. And so we're going up, we're like above the trees, which is saying a lot, because they
have big trees. I'm
like thinking we're gonna go straight back down. No, just around a little corner, right back to the station. So I'm like, and then it was fine.
So there was also a lot of little kid rides that Elliot got to ride. There was a whole section that was kind of set up like a carnival, and they had their version of the teacups there, and
They had like a little Dumbo
Yeah.
kind of elephant ride.
and there was a lot of little rides that kind of went around in a circle. And I think Elliot's favorite was the frogs because they kind of like bounced up and down as they went.
That was really cute.
Elliot also rode the Dumbo ride by himself.
Yeah, he asked, and I was like, he doesn't need us anymore. So it's kind of sad, but he rode other rides with us afterwards.
Yeah.
So. His all-time favorite ride that we must have rode about 50 times while we were there over 3 days was the flooded mine. It's like a little boat ride where you go around and they have like little targets and you get these little fake guns and you get to kind of shoot at the targets.
Yeah, we scored 100,000 a couple times.
So that sounds really impressive, but we actually figured out after I got it the first time, Nick was like, how did you do that? Once you get to 9,999, it just loops over to 100,000. And so there was a couple times where Nick was trying really hard to figure out what target did I hit that I got 100,000 points.
One of Elliot's other favorites was River Blast.
They have all these like little squirt guns that you can like turn a little crank while you're on the ride, but also outside of the ride, just for like the spectators, they can squirt you while you're on the ride. So he had a blast. Get it?
A river blast?
Running around and soaking everybody while we like kind of chilled out a little bit and like rested.
Yeah.
Last time we didn't get to see any of the shows because I don't know if we had time because we were only there one day. We saw like a pirate one.
We changed seats like 3 times because we first came in and then we moved, and then some lady told us that, oh, you're probably not going to be able to see from there, so then we moved again.
So the next show that we saw was at Miss Kitty's Saloon. It was really fun. It was like a little comedy show with ladies in like twirling dresses and a little like cowboy.
And we had popcorn and I had a root beer float.
Yeah, it was like overflowing. They really filled it up. You got your money's worth. And the last show that we saw was probably my favorite thing that we did there was we got to see a magician. The best part was
Elliot was in the show.
it was amazing. We heard some other people talking when we sat down saying to make sure that the kids are sitting on aisle because apparently they like use someone's shoe in the show.
Yeah, and Elliot had like these checkered Vans on, so they're kind of flashy, so we made sure he like kind of stuck his foot out when the magician was coming around, and he got picked.
And he was so good. He did a great job,
Yeah.
and the magician was so fun. We spent like the rest of the day like trying to figure out how we got a shoe from this box, and then it ended up in that box, and we still couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
So I think my favorite food at Silver Dollar City is the tater twist.
Yeah.
And it's like a foot-long hot dog that has potato chips like spiraled around it.
Yeah, they like spiral a potato around.
Yeah, and they have like little flavorings. They have like ketchup flavor and other kind of things.
Like
and,
sour cream and onion,
Yeah.
barbecue. It's all like powdered. It's really good. Me and Elliot just got a regular one that didn't have a hot dog in there, but it was super good.
So I think my favorite shop there was the beef jerky store. It was so good. Like you could get like a little sampler pack, and we got one of those and just kind of like snacked on it all day.
Another thing that we got that I liked was we got a funnel cake, which we've had funnel cakes before, but this one had like strawberry sauce and chocolate sauce and cheesecake flavoring on there.
And we also found a really nice place to eat. In the back of the restaurant, there's like a little like a deck almost.
Dining area.
And it's got like a little pond and a waterfall right by it.
Beautiful.
And so we ate there a few times. There's not a whole lot of people back there, so it's like our own little private waterfall area. So the cave was really cool, but when you go in, like, it's crazy. Like, you go into this giant room, like, it's big enough to fit the Statue of Liberty in.
Yeah, and like 5 fully inflated hot air balloons could fly in there. It was insane. And that's like the first place you go down like 500 stairs.
Yeah, and when you're in the line getting ready to go in there, there's all these warnings about like, it's a lot of steps, and if you're
You have a heart
claustrophobic,
condition,
and
if you're afraid of bats.
and like, yeah, they weren't kidding. Like it was kind of scary,
Yeah.
but it was really awesome to
Especially-
see.
It's especially scary if you have like a little kid with you.
Yeah.
Like, and you're like, don't step, don't run. Like, and it's like wet in there because
Yeah.
it's in a cave. I was clinging to Elliot and the handrail, like trying to make sure we all got down safely. I was so freaked out. But it was really fun once we got down in there. We also went and got some magic tricks for Elliot at this really cute little shop they had. It was really fun because like you could like say, oh, what does this one do? And the guy that worked there would show you how to do the magic trick. Like he wouldn't reveal the secret, but he would
Yeah.
like display it for you. Ellie was super cute. After being in the magic show and buying the magic tricks, he like went back to the hotel and he was practicing and he was like getting really into it. And the next morning at breakfast, he like was showing the waitress at the like restaurant. And he was like, oh, you want to see a trick? And he was like showing her, and she was so sweet. She was like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. And then she was like, hey, do you want me to get my friends to come over here? And so like he got to show like every waitress at the restaurant like his little magic trick, and they were like so cute, like so sweet and like encouraging to him.
after Silver Dollar City, the last day, we left a little bit early to go back to the hotel. They have like a really nice pool. It has indoor and outdoor. It has a cool water slide. And they also have like a play area where they have ping pong and checkers and things like that outside.
It was really fun, but it was starting to get cold. And for some reason, the water on the water slide was like freezing.
Yeah, so we would like run back and forth between the hot tub and the water slide, and the hot tub and the water slide.
Elliot was having a blast too, and he was like playing outside. It didn't seem like the cold water bothered him, but...
So Elliot made a game out of like taking all the checkers, like the giant checkers from the game, and stacking them up by this water bucket thing they have, and every like couple minutes it would go off and just like dump all this water, and the checkers would just fly all over the place.
We got to play ping pong and beanbag toss and just all sorts of fun stuff.
It was a nice way to end the trip. And they were playing a movie at the pool, and we just ordered some pizza and hung out for the rest of the afternoon.
It was a great trip to Branson, and we can't wait to go back.
Yeah, we might have to make this like a yearly thing.
Thanks so much for watching this video. Be sure to hit the like button, and if you want to see more super adventures, click the subscribe button.